Good morning. Our Liechtenstein trip starts here in Zurich because you can't fly into Liechtenstein. We got in last night, and this morning we're going to go check out Zurich for a little bit because our check-in in Liechtenstein isn't until this afternoon. Off we go.
Off we go.
Zurich is an immediately appealing city, and as we so often do in a new city, we set out to check out some cool old churches. Constructed from the 12th to 13th century, the Grossmünster, a Romanesque church, is our first stop. The nearby Fraumünster Church, also medieval in construction, is well known for a much more recent addition. Okay, shh, let's go inside. We're in the Fraumünster Church in Zurich, and the chancel behind me is 13th century Romanesque, but the windows are from the 1970s. They're masterpieces by Marc Chagall. Below the modern building, in the crypt, you can see the remains of the ancient 9th century foundations. It's been a great morning, but it's time to hit the road and head off on the beautiful drive to Liechtenstein. Our hotel in Liechtenstein. Fantastic. Almost makes you thirsty. This is the Prince of Liechtenstein's very own winery. We're gonna go try some princely, we're gonna try some princely booze, but I think we're just gonna try some princely wine.
This is a Pinot Noir, I think from the grapes behind me. That's really nice. Good morning. We are starting our day in Vaduz, and we'll see where the day takes us.
The closest thing to this city, in a country without a capital, Vaduz is modern, clean, and expensive, with a number of charming little attractions, like the Post Museum. These books are full of international stamps from all around the world. I assume that you would need this if you were getting letters internationally and you had to verify if they were real or not. Meanwhile, in the gift shop, you can get every single stamp from Liechtenstein in the year of your birth or any other year. Very exciting. In here, you can see all the gold and treasure of the country of Liechtenstein, and you access it by putting a coin in like a parking meter. See inside. The bummer is once you're in, no cameras allowed. This museum houses artifacts from the entire sweep of the history of this little corner of the world, and a handy audio guide tells you all about it.
The beaker dates back to around 4,700 or 4,600 BC, i.e. to the Neolithic period.
This rare dish is part of the hand-washing set. Liechtenstein's most famous archaeological find, 9 small bronze figures from the Celtic period, dating back to sometime between the 4th and 1st centuries BC. Schnapps is a source of good cheer and festive atmosphere. Schnapps originally came about as a result of necessity and thrift, in a society which was totally self-sufficient.
We hit the co-op to pick up a picnic lunch before we set out for the mountains to check out a castle and some views.
So we picked up some wine yesterday at the winery, and we picked up some glasses that we'll unwrap. And then we had gone to the co-op a little earlier for our breakfast. Ooh. Now we're gonna look at this view and have a bite to eat before we go see the castle. This isn't easy. So this is their white Pinot. We didn't try this yesterday, but it was highly recommended by the lady for picnicking. And that's good.
International border crossing, Liechtenstein, and now Switzerland.
Meters turn right onto A13 towards Zurich.
Let's go.
At the top of this hill is the 13th century Schloss Württemberg.
Okay, almost there.
Württemberg is strategically located at the intersection of several major historical transport axes.
Dr. Hilty's well-appointed office. When did Dr. Hilty live here?
They bought it in 1835.
Cool. Many of the exhibits are very modern, a little bit strange in some cases. Here, the binoculars afford a glimpse into the past. And then a glimpse into the future with these future goggles. The wonders of the atomic age. Outside of the castle, and you're right back in the Middle Ages. This little museum explores 19th century life. This is what 19th century Swiss iPhones looked like. And older. Down here in the cellar, you can see the medieval masonry. This wall over here was the city wall, which would have just formed the exterior of the house wall. And then they just kept building for hundreds of years the house on top. So the rest of it's more modern, but this part's real old. What do you think about that?
Very cool. I think it needs a little.
Yeah. We're heading to a bridge, but not just any bridge. We're heading to the covered bridge, which is the only pedestrian-only international covered bridge that I know about. Don't admit to knowing a whole lot about a lot of covered bridges, but this is the only one. And we're gonna walk over to Switzerland inside this bridge. We're on the Swiss side of the bridge. Now, earlier, I said this was pedestrian only, but I have to say, evidence suggests otherwise. There may be horses on here too sometimes. How was your border crossing?
It was cool.
So we start our final day in Liechtenstein trying to find a Roman villa. Information sign is entirely in German. So Google Translate to the rescue. According to the sign, these ruins were originally discovered in the 19th century and then lost. They were found again in 1973 and 74 when the elementary school was being built. Anywhere you're in Europe, you get to have Roman ruins, it seems. Where are we going next? Heading now to some castle ruins. A local guy helped us as we were going up and down the street, unable to find either the ruins or a place to park. I think we might have just parked in front of his house, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're parked and we're heading to the ruins. Remarkably, for such a tiny country, Liechtenstein has 5 castles. This one, Anturaborg, is small and quiet. You can kind of have it to yourself. Nearby Oberberg is a different story. Seems like this one's still occupied. With just a little bit of time in Zurich before our flight, we went to the Kunsthaus to check out a particularly interesting and impactful exhibit. These incredible paintings are a small part of an enormous collection accumulated by this man, a Swiss arms dealer who made his fortune selling weapons to the Nazis in World War II and used that money to buy art. This room celebrates Jewish collectors, many of whom lost their art during the war, some willingly, some not so much. Some of the paintings have been repatriated to the families of the original owners. In many cases, the provenance of the paintings is very complicated, and it's difficult to work out exactly where or to whom they should go. This exhibit shows the research that goes into determining the full provenance of a single painting. It's an amazing exhibit that puts these fantastic paintings in a very different, very complicated new light. And with that, we say farewell to another beautiful and fascinating corner of Europe.